everyone, and welcome back to your second card in June's card class featuring the Hues of Happiness suite. For card number 2, this is the design that I have made for you, and we'll talk through how we put this card together in this video. You're going to need a card base cut from Highland Heather cardstock. You're going to need your piece of basic white from your die cut extras pack that has been embossed with the painted texture embossing folder, one of my favourites. You have another piece of Highland Heather cardstock, and then you have a piece of this designer series paper, really lovely pattern, and that is going to sit just inside there. And then you have a piece of basic white from inside. For this card, you're also going to need your white crinkle seam binding ribbon. That's also in your die cut and extras pack. So the first thing we're going to do, we are going to start this card by using our smaller piece of Highland Heather, and we want to stamp that greeting along the bottom, okay? The greeting that I've gone for is sending many thanks for all you do, and actually we're going to heat emboss that using white embossing powder. Okay, so first I'm going to use my embossing buddy to just remove any static that may be on that card, and then we can use our Versamark ink pad to stamp our greeting. I'm using the greeting that says sending many thanks for all you do, and we're going to use a white embossing powder to set our greeting. Let's use our heat tool to set that. That looks good. Okay, now onto that piece of card we are going to add our piece of designer series paper that we have cut already, and we can stick that down. This card design is such a simple way to show off a small piece of designer series paper, to really give it some focus, and it would work with so many of our patterns that we have in our collection. Moving on to our crinkle seam binding ribbon, I'm going to add this around my card, and I want to secure that on the reverse. You can by all means just tie it round, but this is just the technique that I like to use for my ribbons. If you followed me for a while, you would have seen me do this many times. There we have. So that is our ribbon on our card. Now we can bring in our card base, and we'll give that a little crease with our bone folder. I'm going to add our piece of embossed basic white, and this is one of those embossing folders where you almost can't tell which is the embossed side and which is the debossed side, which I absolutely love, because there's been many a time where I've got it really wrong and used the wrong side, so it doesn't matter on this card. I'm adding our piece of card using some dimensionals. So you can see this card builds really quickly. I then have a piece of basic white for the centre. Now the piece of basic white for the centre is the same size as that purple piece on the front. So I haven't just plucked that measurement out of thin air. There's actually some thought that's gone into it. And then the last thing to do is to just tie a bow through that ribbon and it's really static, this ribbon. Scissors, here we go, and then I can just really get that ribbon, that bow right, how I'm happy. And there we have it. That is card design, oh, trying to get that piece, card design number 2, all complete for you. I do hope you like it. Bye for now, everyone.